Meantime, a brutal series of closures and job losses is rocking the media industry this year. Bell Canada announced yesterday that it would eliminate 1,300 positions, an estimated 3% of its workforce, and close or sell 9 radio stations. And they aren't the only ones. In just the past 2 months, high-profile media organizations like the Los Angeles Times, MTV News, Vice Media, and BuzzFeed News either completely shuttered or laid off a sizable number of positions. Most pointed to finances as well as unique challenges in the news media industry as reasons. Many also struggling to keep up with the digital world and its rapidly changing landscape. So where does our thirst for digital technology fit into the media layoffs we're seeing? Our media expert Mohit Rajhans joins us now to discuss more. Mohit, first and foremost, we saw a sizable round of layoffs at Bell yesterday. How would you say 2023 is shaping up for media?
Unfortunately, media is suffering quite a bit in 2023. In fact, there's been over 20,000 layoffs in North American media just this past year up to June 2023. And Kelly, just to put that in perspective, the first round of layoffs that we saw during COVID were just under 16,000. So obviously we're in a situation right now where there's 3 different factors that are going into how the media is adjusting. So those 3 factors are there's consumer behavior, there's uncertainty about advertising, there's political uncertainty. So we're heading into an American election where some of these media companies are a little bit unsure about where they fit in to the conversation. And the last is digital technology. There's an acceleration happening around us. We talk about it all the time on this show, and media companies are some of the first to recognize that it's going to affect their industries.
Bell said part of the reason for these recent layoffs was because they are planning to significantly adapt how they deliver the news. What does that suggest for the Canadian media market, and how does the industry pivot?
I think we're in a situation where the consolidation of media markets is a natural thing to happen. It's unfortunate we're not going to be able to tell local stories and nurture local journalism the way that we have been able to do for such a long time. But that doesn't take away from the power of journalism in this country. You see, the media has more tools than ever to actually reach audiences. The unfortunate part about it is we're letting traditional media run digital media, and that can't happen anymore. We need to skill up. We need to start to get the best of what we all can offer. And then watch, you'll see communities start to grow. You'll see those people that can create in digital and tell great stories come together. But unfortunately, it has to be dismantled first before we can rebuild it.
What are the dangers of too much digital technology when it comes to traditional media jobs?
Well, one of the biggest problems is that there's no certainty about how the company and the market's going to grow. And so if you are a professional in this business, how do you retrain? What does media retraining mean? How do you prepare yourself for the future, knowing that there's going to continually be this need for good, authentic storytelling, for this reason for people to connect? But the truth is, we have to start growing with the times. We can't fight it. And so we see the layoffs happening in traditional media. We saw it coming. We saw print. We see the newspapers start to become thinner and thinner. We see some digital websites start to fold because they have bad user experiences. Now let's go to where the audiences are. We know that many different generations use different forms of social media. Stop pretending it's one click and it's distribution to everybody. Let's start cultivating the relationships, meeting the audiences where they are, and then we'll start to actually have people that feel great about engaging with the content that's being produced.
Our viewers can read more of your insights at thinkstart.ca. Thanks so much for joining us, Mohit.
Always a pleasure, Kelly.